Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for November 28th, 2025. We've got Thunder, Alchemy, and that's it. Okay, I'm pretty sure today we're supposed to have a third expansion because it is Friday. I feel like this happens more often than it, like, quote unquote, should. That you get 2 expansions instead of 3. And I say that because the frequency with which that would be expected to happen, that you know, on a day that you select 3 expansions, that you get nothing from one of the expansions, I think is like really low. And so if you remember seeing it multiple times, I feel like that's probably unexpectedly often. But I mean, not that it matters super much, but anyway. Well, this is interesting. So we've got a shaman board with Siren. I'm trying to think if there's any crazy stuff you could do with that where you like gain the Siren by virtue of, I guess, like if you took a Siren, you could buy a Siren even if you don't have an action to trash. It ends up in the trash. Then if your opponent doesn't have an action to trash, they gain that Siren, and then it goes back into the trash. And then you gain the Siren, and it goes, like, there's I don't know. There's a pretty silly thing that could happen there, but I don't actually think there's much reason to do it. So okay, fine. Anyway, trashing wise, we've got Shaman and we've got Secluded Shrine. Not the strongest trashing for a Shaman board. Draw wise, Siren, Longship, Mapmaker, Stowaway. Triggering Mapmaker off of Shaman can be a thing. Possibly triggering Stowaway off of it too. Oh, I guess Shy Grotto is also draw. And then of course Grotto itself can be draw-like as well. Plus actions is just Longship. Fortunately, if you can activate Stowaways and Mapmakers, there's not much demand on terminal space, because I say fortunately because Longship is not the greatest source of plus actions. Oh, Apothecary is also draw, which actually is potentially pretty relevant on a Shaman board too. And then this is a plunder board with no access to loot. And moreover, no plus buy at all. Huh. That's certainly atypical. And in fact, there's just like no gains at all. Other than Shaman, I guess. Okay, interesting. That... Huh. Well, on the one hand, that having that slow gain rate is going to make Vineyards look a little worse. On the other hand, I think we want the potion anyway for Apothecary, so maybe we still play towards Vineyards. As far as opening goes, I think I can see a couple of options. One is to get a Secluded Shrine plan to get a potion, and then, you know, that gets you started on that trashing. Secluded Shrine also relatively easy to activate here because like it potentially gaining coppers out of the trash. Could just open Potion directly. Shy Grotto looks, better as an opener than Grotto would normally look, just because Grotto is already like reasonably good as an opener in general, but having it be Shy makes it even better. Although, admittedly, we're not trying to hit like a particular price point that much in the early going, so the Shy effect is maybe not as relevant to start with. There's also the question of like, okay, well, how do we get a Siren into our deck without feeding a good card to the bot? Because, if you're trashing an action to gain the Siren, you've got to necessarily put that action into the trash, which means that then the bot can pick that up. Maybe that is the reason to actually do the thing I was talking about with Siren, where I guess that still has the problem of, even if you're gaining the Siren from the trash, you still have to trash something, because there's no tricks here that are going to prevent the Siren from getting trashed. I don't think. The only if there was a way to gain Siren while triggering Mapmaker, potentially you would get around it. Like, you gain the Siren to your discard pile, and then if the Siren, I don't know, if somehow the Siren was a victory card or something, you play Mapmaker, you trigger a shuffle, and now like the stop moving rule would say that like the Siren can't go to the trash anymore. But I don't think there's any way for that to happen. So you just got to choose something. I think you do want to play with Siren here. Well, it might be easier to just... Secluded Shrine does trash 2 cards versus 1, but you do have to gain a treasure. It might be easier to just go for Shaman. So the opening could just be Shaman Potion. And then as far as getting a Siren, I don't know. See how it goes, I guess. Well, we could also bury the potion. Or whatever, I guess we could bury whatever else, too. If you had... No, never mind. I don't think there's any way to get buried to get around the Siren thing, even if you had the plus buy, because Siren effect goes off first. Alright, well... I think I'm gonna go... Potion... Berry Potion... Shaman. Hey, that worked out pretty nicely. The bot opened double Grotto. Interesting. An Apothecary here. 3 Grottos. All right. It's not like we really want to hit 5 particularly right now. So we could bury Apothecary, Shaman. Just take another Shaman or take a Grotto. If we were going to buy a Siren, which card would we rather hand to the bot? I am not sure. The bot hasn't invested in any trashing. Giving it a 4th grotto, like how much does it need a 4th grotto? Probably not very much. I don't know what it's planning to do with all these grottos. I mean, I like grottos myself, but on the other hand, we're not going to bury this card. So, like, if we were going to specifically buy, I guess, or maybe we're a little bit more likely to buy another apothecary next turn. We draw into the potion. We could also just bury the potion and insure it. There's probably not much reason not to do that, to be honest. Although, now that I think about it, hold on. If we're going to go to all that trouble, like, why do we even want to trigger the shuffle? We have... This is a copper and an estate. We definitely want the shaman so that we can trash the estate. We could just go potion copper. And then we know we have 2p for an apothecary. That seems pretty reasonable, actually. All right. Yeah, I think I will take a grotto with an eye towards potentially trashing it for a siren. Oh, I got a 4th grotto. What in the world is going on? Oh, I should have buried there too. I forgot that I was going to have a 3p actually. Drew an apothecary, but yeah, I definitely should have. Okay, so we can get another apothecary here, or we could go for the siren off of the grotto. I guess either way, probably want to draw the grotto. It's just like, this is a really good hand to be grottoing with. It's hard to say that we shouldn't be doing that. But man, this board would sure be more fun if there were more gains. I mean, the other thing we could do is just get another grotto for the moment, and then know that we've got our deck control pretty well set up. Yeah. This is just like so potent. Alright, there's no reason to do the shy thing. Can give the bot another estate. Maybe Secluded Shrine is the card to give if we don't plan to trash coppers. The bot isn't going to gain free coppers. It's not going to be able to use that very effectively for trashing compared to Shaman. So we could gain a Secluded Shrine this turn, gain a Siren next turn. The other thing we could do is like get a pendant. We'd almost have enough. Or if we like, we'd almost be able to just start provincing. I think playing with Siren makes too much sense. Yeah, let's go with Secluded Shrine, I guess. Okay. Not gonna trash copper, I don't think there's much reason to. Oh, I guess the other question is, would is it better for us to get another Secluded Shrine now and then 2 Sirens 2 turns in a row, or do we get the Siren now? Could then get another Secluded Shrine, then get another Siren. Does it matter? Maybe it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Let's do the Secluded Shrine first, I guess. Okay. We could We could start provincing here, just set aside less with the grotto, and then like the bot is going to be gaining curses. It's not going to be able to province out. I don't think. So we would set aside Apothecary Potion to start with, but then we start having the provinces to set aside. Yeah. All right. Does the order here matter? I think it does not. Oh no! I wanted to try. I didn't wanted to draw that apothecary. I wanted to trash that curse. Oh well. At some point here, it's gonna start to become hard. Oh, only 3 provinces left. Should we even be taking a province here? Bot only has the 1 grotto set up. After resolving 2 grottos. I'm not sure. I think we buy ourselves a little bit more time and take a duchy. Well, if we're taking another duchy, we can grotto copper. Actually, should we just grotto copper? Well, potion and some copper to make it easier to draw with the apothecaries, probably. We need 4 coppers. Yeah. That's a lot of burying. I don't think the bot actually wants this secluded shrine. I mean, it did just choose to trash it, so I guess I'm going to send it back. Oops! Oh, fuck! That is not good. Okay, thank God. Ugh. Alright, can it province? It might be able to. No. Going for the mass berry and gaining an estate. That is not... Alright, let's do this correctly this time. And we gotta make sure we hit province, so we're gonna do that. Okay. That was way too close. Yeah, the bot needed to take a duchy here. Oh, maybe it couldn't afford duchy. I think I misread this and thought that it had 5 and chose to bury. Wait, why would you bottom deck a curse? Okay, never mind. I thought that was gonna be scary because the bot was gonna be bottom decking its gold or whatever, but not so much. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, the mass grotto strategy was not too bad. I did start to see the vision once I got my own deck set up. It was like, yeah, you know, there's that's a lot of reliability. I think like trying to plow through all the curses is still not great, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I only won because I was first player. I mean, the bot also did end up with like all the estates, which is, you know, on the one hand, it's a lot of junk. On the other hand, it is points on this game limited board. Yeah, I mean, I'd be interested to know. So, like, the bot drew Grotto, Estate, Curse, Copper, and had 4 cards set aside. So it would have had to draw off of its. Well, it could have shy discarded a Grotto, but then it would have had to. It would have had to see. Like, it had very little money right in this starting hand, so it wouldn't have been that likely to hit province. It would have been possible, of course, but I'm just thinking that maybe it was getting to the point where the bot was just not going to be able to overcome all the curses to be able to like sift to its money. And maybe it was never going to province again. Well, it also had a lot of green cards, of course. Whereas I was set up to kind of province whenever. I mean, not like guaranteed, probably, but like pretty likely. I also, having the potion, even 2-point vineyards would have been like potentially helpful if the duchies ran, if the bot were to have gained some duchies, although I think it actually didn't gain any duchies, but so I don't know. I don't know. It was really slow to get the sirens online. I could have started provincing without doing that back, like, I got the grotto, and then I got the. No, that's not that. Here I got the grotto. I got the grotto right here. I potentially could have started provincing. I don't know what I would have been setting aside on the grotto, admittedly. I'm kind of interested to see. So if I jump back here. And I set aside apothecary potion by a province. How does this go? I suspect it'll go worse because of not having the... Oh, we didn't get to the grotto, for one thing. I guess it's also not obvious whether you hang on to the potion. It's a card that can be set aside. But like the vineyards aren't worth much. Unless you're planning to buy another apothecary. Yeah, not clear. I think trash it for now. I think do shy the grotto because we have the second grotto. Okay, so now this turn, I think we do this. Bury the grotto, take another apothecary. And then back to provincing, hopefully. Leaving that on that apothecary on top looks good. Right now we have the provincing advantage. Yeah, so we have apothecary on top. We have a couple of green cards. We do have the potion down there that we would draw. Okay, so I think it's correct to draw on here. Only get to draw grotto 3 cards, but still. The bot doesn't even hit province here. Well, we do hit province. which is the important thing at this point, I suppose. Definitely shy this now. Okay, we do want to see the apothecary. Probably. I mean, we're guaranteed to hit at least Duchy here. It'd just be nice if we could like reveal the grotto also and get that set up. Or we could just hit province. Yeah, we see all of our copper. Yeah, that was efficient as hell. Okay. Siren skip, I guess? Weird, but like maybe if you're going for Siren, you're not supposed to go for Apothecary? I don't know. But this does feel like it was just like more efficient, cleaner. Huh. Well, yeah, there you have it, I guess. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.